Hey guys!
Alright guys, we're here to do some Sabaton. Now, I asked this guy, do you want to check out some of the new live videos that they've been posting? Because they've been posting a lot of live videos. Most of the songs are from the new album during the tour that they've been doing. And your answer was?
No.
Alright, and then I asked you, why?
And my reason was, we've already kind of dove into the new album, and we've stayed there for a long time. And I want to check out some stuff that I haven't heard from Sabaton.
Some older stuff.
Some older stuff.
Or stuff that you're not as familiar with.
Yeah.
Alright, or
around that territory. I want to go back into the vault.
Okay, perfect. So then this is what I thought. What was the first video that we've ever done from Sabaton?
And it was Ghost Division.
Division.
It was in Poland, Woodstock.
Alright, live.
Live.
Alright. So do you realize it's been almost 3 years since we've had this channel? Right?
Yeah.
Sabaton, that video was one of the first videos that we did on the channel. So I thought, well, if this guy wants to go into the vault, why not go back to Woodstock, where our love affair for Sabaton started, and check out a video from that performance? What do you think of that?
I'm happy with that.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Alright, so I went with A Price of a Mile. We've never done this song on the channel. Live from Woodstock in Poland, from that same concert that we did, Ghost Division.
Wasn't 40 to 1 also?
Also 41 was from that same show, yes. But, yeah, but that doesn't matter. We're going back to where we started.
We're going back to 3 years ago.
Exactly. We're celebrating...
It's kind of like the Nightwish Vakken videos. We're going back.
Yeah, I think the whole point of this is not only we're celebrating almost 3 years of existence of our channel, we're also going to be celebrating...
the 3 years of our love for Sabaton.
Exactly. Exactly. And which better way to go with than to celebrate where it all started.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. A Price of a Mile. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Now we're going to tell you a sad story about World War I. The price of a mile. It's a stalemate at the front line, where the soldiers rest in blood. Roads and houses, all is gone. There's no glory to be won. Know that many men will suffer. Know that many men will die. Half a million lives at stake at the fields of Passchendaele. And as the night falls, the general calls, and the battle carries on and on. What is the purpose of it all? What's the price of a mile? Thousands of feet march to the beat. It's an army on the march. Long way from home, paying the price a young man's life. Thousands of feet march to the beat. It's an army in despair. Knee deep in mud, stuck in a trench with no way out. Thousands of machine guns kept them howling through the night. Mortars placed, erect the scene. Once the fields that once were green, still a deadlock at the front line, where the soldiers die in mud. Roads and houses seems long gone. Still no glory has been won. Many men have suffered. Know that many men has died. Sixpence of ground has been won. Half a million men are gone. And as the men crawl, the general call, and the killing carries on and on. What in young men's lives. Thousands of feet march to the beat. It's an army in despair. Knee deep in mud, stuck in a trench with no way out. With no way out.
Wow. All right. I'm gonna let you go first, but I have quite a few things to say about this.
I swear they played this when they were here.
Oh, I can't remember the set list, but probably there's a chance.
Yeah, because I remember the song. Either I probably listened to it like on my own time, maybe once, and that's why it's coming back to me.
I honestly I can't remember the set list. Both times we saw them, I mean, I could think of some songs, but I'd have to look back and look at the set list. It's been such a long time.
But it's nice to listen to Chuck again.
Chucky,
man,
he was a little bit skinnier back then.
Yeah, no bald spot.
Let's not talk about those things. It's always
it's gonna be a sad day when he loses the mohawk. I could never look.
You can get it tattooed.
What is he, Aang from Avatar?
Exactly. No, not an arrow, just the mohawk. All right, All right. So let me break some things down for you and get your opinions on this. First thing, this concert is still one of the most magnificent Sabaton concerts ever, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I really enjoyed the performances they did last year when they played at Hellfest, and with all the, not just the pyro, but with all the, what do you call it, the production that went into the stage and everything, with the choir, the dressed as soldier. That was all great. Don't get me wrong. All of that is magnificent. But as far as a live performance with a crowd like this, I don't think this concert can be beaten. I mean, you can't see the end of the crowd. Yeah. It's just people.
And I remember the 40-1 video, since it's about Poland, everyone, it was like their pride was coming out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Their Polish pride was coming out.
It's kind of weird that they... it's not weird, but maybe Sabaton is perhaps the only band that can go to Poland, sing about Ghost Division, which is not necessarily a good story for Poland, and people still hyped. You know what I mean? Nobody's pissed off. Nobody's like, I'm going to get a beer right now. I can't believe these guys are playing this song. But anyways, it just says something about Sabaton. You know what I mean? These guys can sing about whatever the story is, and regardless of which side of the story you're on, you're still cool with them talking about it. It's history.
Because the way they do it, it's cool. Like, it's the way they present the story, it makes you actually engaged into the story.
Yeah, I think they tried to show the human side of the story, regardless of which side of the story you're on, or the ugly side, depending.
Yeah, but I think they have that are like the ugly side of war, and then the other heroic side.
Yeah, but I think they present it in a way that they try to at least show a little bit of humanity in it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I think that's one of the reasons why people, regardless of what the story is, on which side you're on,
they gravitate.
You still gravitate to it, because they have they're not. They're not putting the story necessarily, or the characters of the story, when you're talking about something that's negative, on a pedestal. It's not like they're praising necessarily what they stood for.
No.
Do you see what I'm saying? Where they're perhaps educating is the history of it, because the history doesn't change.
No.
Those things happened, right? No, it's a matter of you not saying, like if they're singing about Ghost Division, for example, because they're talking about the German panzers and whatever. They're not
taking the side of the Nazis.
No, they're just telling the story.
They're just telling the story.
They're just telling the story, and I think that's important. You're just telling the story and telling the story of the people behind it. And they try to give a little bit of a human factor to it, so that,
and they make it cool.
So I think the way they balance it out that way it's perhaps the reason why people gravitate towards it, regardless, like I said, on which side of the scale you're on. But what I was going to say is that the crowd is phenomenal. This concert, the crowd is absolutely incredible. Now, as far as the song goes, I love this dynamic. So the verses before the pre-chorus, because in the pre-chorus the song gets a little bit more dynamic, and then when you get to the chorus it becomes a lot more bombastic. But in the verses is really stripped down. It's the drums, the bass, and the vocals. Did you notice that? All the guitars are pulled back.
Yeah.
It's just the bass, the drums and the vocals. And the way he's delivering the vocals, he's delivering in a very somber way. He's not delivering in his regular Chuck Liddell exuberant way.
His Chuck Liddell way is like he drinks a couple Red Bulls and he starts running around stage. This one he was kind of like
because of the lyrics and the story.
And he said it's a sad story.
Yeah, so you can't be there like pumping your leg.
Story, and then he goes and he starts pumping his leg and jumping into the crowd.
But what impressed me was he could still sing in his higher tone and have that not exuberant delivery, but have that strong delivery that he has in the chorus.
He also had a deeper tone too.
That's what I'm saying. So in the verses, when the song is more stripped down, when it's bass, drums, and vocals, it has more of a slower, more somber tone, which matches the story and matches the lyrics. That's what I really enjoyed, is that he changed. The song, the song is structured in the way the story is being told.
And he
changes his delivery based on how that story is being told. Then obviously when it gets to the chorus, it becomes more bombastic. Yeah. It's still a sad. It's not like the lyrics got happier in the chorus. It's not like the story had a happy ending in the chorus. But the chorus, you can't have the song flat all the way through.
No, so you have to have something that kind of
brings it up a little bit. And they did that in the chorus. I like the way this song is structured, but more importantly, it's perhaps easier to deliver it like that in the studio because you're conscious of what you're trying to achieve with the mood and atmosphere of the song. Perhaps a little bit more difficult to pull it off in a live setting because, you're hyped, you're performing live and whatever.
You're entertaining the people.
Exactly. So it's easier for you to kind of lose a little bit of that somberness.
Yeah.
But he didn't. And you see the guitar players holding the guitar up like this when that part is happening because it's really stripped down, it's really somber. Then it gains momentum. The song gains emotion, becomes even more emotional and gains momentum towards the chorus. I love not only how it's structured, but I love how they decide to deliver it.
Yeah.
It really enhances the track. Like I said, easier to do in the studio because you're reminded of this is what we want. This is the atmosphere that we want. In the live setting, that kind of stuff is easy for you to get lost and forget about it and deliver.
You have to kind of put your mind into the song. And
you definitely have to feel what you're singing, in my opinion. You really have to go into that place when you created that song, when you wrote that song. Think about where you were. Think about the lyrics. Think about what it means. Go back into that place and then you deliver it. I think that's the only way to do it. Wow, this was nice, eh?
Yeah.
This Sabaton. We hadn't done Sabaton in a while. We've been on a Sabaton hiatus, if you will. All right. On that note, come back tomorrow. We'll have more videos for you. See you guys.
See ya.